Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and this channel is for all things books. If you have recently watched my Throne of Glass reading vlog, then you know what this video is. It is time for Crown of Midnight, the second book in the Throne of Glass series. Just to recap for you, I am doing the romantic reading series, so I haven't read Assassin's Blade yet. That is going to be the third book that I read. The only book that I read of this series is Throne of Glass and I absolutely loved it. I have no idea what is in store for this book. I am going to be reading lines and kind of talking about my thoughts and theories about the plot and anything that I think is going to be happening. So if you haven't read this book, I would not watch this video. There are going to be spoilers ahead. With that, let's get started and into the book. Excuse the state of me today. I am on chapter 7 and things are starting to kind of heat up a little bit now. We've got through the kind of recap of where everyone's at. I've just met Dorian's cousin, so that's quite interesting, and she's now kind of figuring out what to do with Arthur. She's just had another conversation with Elena as well, and she's basically told her that she needs to figure out what the king's doing. So I think that's what this book is going to be. Possibly. All of my predictions for the last book were completely wrong, so I have no idea, but I think this one's going to be her kind of figuring out what's going on, like what the king's doing and all these kinds of things. There was magic on the door to the tomb, so I wonder what other magic there still is. Maybe things have just gotten interesting. I'm on chapter 15. I've just read chapter 14 and she's found another hidden door behind a tapestry. She has just gone down another like set of stairs that were behind the library or somewhere in the library. Found an iron door, which apparently is the only thing to like stop magic. And behind the door, she saw some eyes, which I'm not sure what that could be. She's convinced it's a rat. It's obviously not a rat. I'm wondering what that is. She also killed a dude, so there's that. I'm interested more in the kind of the magic side of things. I'm really not sure what the movement is. And we've also met an Aelin, I think her name is. Well, not met her, we've heard of her, and apparently she's alive, and she's an heir to the throne or has like a say to the throne. Whether or not that becomes anything, I don't know. So I'm hiding out in the bathroom to update you on the progress because my fiance is playing Harry Potter in the living room. I am on chapter 19. I've just finished chapter 18 and there is a lot that I haven't kind of spoken about and now I like need to get it out. Dorian, he has magic, I think. There were a couple of things of him waking up freezing cold but not knowing why he was cold. Nahima, she like spoke to him about something, touched his chest and said to him that he's more powerful than he knows and that when it awakens or something. But I think he's now starting to realise that something is going on, and he's just punched a wall in the castle, a stone wall, and the stone like shattered and it broke a window and stuff, so he's obviously got strength. And then Selena's just seen him and it ended with, there was something in his eyes that reminded her of a world long since burned, a glimmer of colour and power that still stalked the edges of her nightmares. But he blinked and it was gone. That was her like seeing some sort of magic. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Her and Cowell are getting closer. They walk outside whilst they were meant to be on guard. I think he's now realising that he wants her. She is too. I think that's quite nice. The relationship that they have is different to what her and Dorian had. As much as I was kind of sad when she ended it at the end of the last book, I'm kind of shipping them a little bit more now. I think they're very similar. A nice little thing happening in the background. Not sure who this Aelin person, I don't know how to say her name. Not sure who or what she has to play in things just yet. The archer guy seems a bit dodgy. She's obviously given him time to sort his money out and stuff before she like fakes his death, and I don't think he's doing that. He's now asked for longer and I just think he's trying to get something or get another plan in place instead, so that seems a bit fishy. I think he is involved in whatever this rebel movement is and he's just trying to figure out how to like get away with it for a little bit longer. I think the king executing the singer, that was brutal. Absolutely, like her saying all the people that died and that he's killed and all that kind of stuff, and then he just executes her. I think that's just nuts. I'm not sure what Dorian's cousin has to do with anything. He's now got a black ring that the king and Perrington have, and I think at the end of the last book it kind of hinted that that's some sort of power or some sort of control or something. Dorian doesn't have one, but he does, and he's only been there like a couple of weeks, if that. So far, really enjoying it. I'm on page 148 of 420, so I've still got like a long way to go, but I am really enjoying it. I do regret putting off reading Tog for so long because I find this so interesting, and it's quite nice that it's not all just smut and romance, that there's actually like more stuff going on. I think I'm in the mood for that at the moment, so I'm enjoying it. The heartache has already begun. I have just finished chapter 31. I have just started the second part, the Queen's Arrow. So Nehemia has just died and I'm very sad, and it was a really emotional like part, and I felt all of the emotions that Selena felt, and it was just really, it's shit. And I know that it's just the start of the heartache that this series is going to give me, I think. I don't know where this story is going now. There was an interesting chapter just before Nehemia was killed, which I didn't think much of at the time, but now that I've seen that bit, it was chapter 25. One of them has to break. The queen says to the princess, only then can it begin. I know the princess says softly, but the prince isn't ready. It has to be her. So I think they're talking about Selena and Dorian, obviously, and I think it's to do with the magic, and I think they are like pushing for this to reveal itself, possibly. Dorian is obviously aware that he's got something, and he's trying to like figure out how he can hide it or figuring out what to do, and he stopped Selena from killing or attacking Holt, but I don't know who killed Nehemia, because apparently it wasn't the king. He was busy all night, but then he was like, I think he's in on something, but I don't know what. I don't know, but I'm scared to keep on reading because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm on page 247, so I've got about 150-ish pages left. It's sad. So she's just been to visit Nehemia's grave and sang in a ancient language. No idea what that's about. She killed Grave, which is great. Very brutally, but she killed him. Not sure what she's going to do with Archer. I don't know if he'll actually leave. I kind of think that he won't. He's going to try and do something, I reckon. He seems a bit fishy. I just feel so sad for her. She was just starting to be herself again, and now Nehemia's dead and it's just shit. And she's just figured out the eye thing, the eye riddle, and found the poem, which is highlighting that there's 3 things to be found. Not sure if that now means that she's going to try and find these 3 things, or if Nehemia was trying to find them, or if she did find them. Hopefully in the next few chapters we find out some more about those 3 things. We are back. It's the next day. I'm on page 286, chapter 38. I am going to hopefully get a good chunk of reading it in now. I've got a couple of hours to be able to do so. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it today, but I should get a good amount done. I'm going to film as much of my reactions as I can. I'm scared to keep on reading because I feel like I'm going to get so invested in this and people are just going to die, which just sucks. So we'll see, but I'm enjoying it. I just don't want anyone else to die. Howard is just in the library talking to the head librarian, I guess, and he's just said about, my library has become nothing more than a circus. Did you know that there's a cloaked person skulking around the stacks at all hours of the night? So I wonder who that is, because I don't think that's Selena or Dorian. That might be the hooded person that Selena saw that one night that like gave her the chills. I wonder who that is and why they're in the library. Like, why are they stalking around the library and nowhere else in the castle by the seams of it? So I think Hal's just figured out that Selena sang the song that she did in the language of the Fae, which is weird, because how would she know that? Because apparently it's only people of nobility in the Fae that would know that language and know those songs. So where would she have got that from? Which house did she belong to? Her parents hadn't been murdered. They were part of the nobility who had been executed by the king. It made her the greatest threat he'd ever encountered. So lots have happened with Archer following him. Not sure who this guy is with a hood and all that kind of stuff. So I've no idea what's going on there. But Dorian's just been talking about Roland, and apparently he's been suffering from awful headaches lately, which is a lot like Caltaine and her headaches when she was dealing with Parrington. So I'm wondering if there's a link there between Parrington, the black rings that they wear, and now Roland, and the like mind control or something that they were trying to achieve, I guess. I don't know. First off, Yellowlegs, or whatever the frick her name is weird. I don't even want to picture what she looks like. She seems like a really creepy woman to be involved with. We're just about to find out what this riddle means. It's got something to do with word keys and the word gates. I don't know, but I think she's just about to tell Selena what it all is. And apparently once she knows, she can't go back. So the keys are super powerful. By the looks of things, the king has one or maybe two of these keys, and that's how he's become so powerful and so unstoppable. And I wonder if that's how, or that's what he's using with those black rings that him and Remington are using to control people, possibly. I'm assuming now she's gonna have to try and find the third or two of them or something. So the yellow legs is dead, which is great because she creeped me the fuck out. But now she has been marked by a witch, which is not the usual sort of wound. You understand that you may have just landed yourself in a whole heap of trouble. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, because I thought all witches were dead, other than obviously this weird woman. And what kind of trouble can she be in? Obviously she's killed a witch, so it's not great, but I wonder what that actually means and why Mort was able to like know instantly that she'd killed a witch. But she killed him, so yay. Is the clock tower a gate? It's all a bit confusing at the moment. I don't know what's going on. I feel a little bit lost because everything, I just don't know what's going on. They've just killed some creature or something that was in the catacombs or like the dungeons that she found the obsidian like rock in, and I just have no idea what's happening. It's all a bit confusing at the moment. On page 348. So I've got 80-ish pages left and I have no predictions. I have no idea what's going on. I think I know a little bit more about what's happening. Maybe, just a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. We know that the king definitely has one of the word keys that he got from Elena's tomb. We don't know if he's got one or two. Selena is about to now go and open a portal to try and speak to Nehemia and get some information from her. Don't think that's the best idea. Gavin, the first king of Adalin, has now gone to Dorian and basically told him he needs to go and stop her from doing that. So it's obviously not the best idea that she's doing that. I'm not sure why, but I still have no idea about anything else that's going on. Why is Archer in the castle? I knew Archer was fishy. I knew he was like up to something. I just didn't know what. And now it makes so much sense. I swear, if Fleetfoot dies, I'm not reading the rest of the series. I fucking hate Archer. He's a... She's Faye. She's fucking Faye. Okay, she's killed Archer. We love that for her. This is good. I'm on chapter 52. I need to go make some tea, so I'm gonna have to stop there for now. But oh my god, so much has happened. She's Faye. We know that much. Cal knows now that Dorian has magic. Dorian has really, really strong magic, so don't know what's going to happen with all of that. She's now killed Archer, so she's obviously going to take him or his body back to the king and say like, yep, done this. I don't know what's going to happen now. I'm assuming that she's going to try and find the other word key, possibly, but I don't know. It is 7 AM. I have to be quiet because my fiance is still sleeping, but I have that much left. I'm gonna try and finish this before I have to start work in an hour. I really want to finish this. So Cole is gonna try and convince the king to send Nina to Wendelin to save her. I don't want them to like never see each other again. The king has definitely been making whatever that creature was in the shadows of the Ferrying Gap. He'd been breeding new mounts for his gathering armies, and his wyverns still needed riders. I wonder what those wyverns are. Oh god. The king's trying to make Cowell explain. Okay, she's caught on to why he's doing it. Sauce's ball. So she's going to the land of the Fae, and I'm assuming that's what the next book is. I'm hoping that's what the next book is. It would be the perfect opportunity to test a few of the weapons he'd been forging in secret all these years. Oh god. Elena has just told her, go to Wendelin, and she said leave the word keys and the king for now. Go to Wendelin and do what needs to be done. So she's saying that the king and his son needs to be killed, or is there something else that needs to be done while she's there? She's also said, will you ever stop giving me commands? When you stop running from your past, I will. So I'm assuming that Elena wants her to embrace being Fae. I'm not sure how she can do that when magic has been banished, so she can't be Fae. Do you get me? She's talking to Nehemiah's grave and she's just said, I promise that I will stop him and that I will never forgive, never forget what they did to you. I promise that I will free Eowyn. I promise that I will see your father's crown restored to his head. On the name of my life, even if it takes until my last breath, I promise I will see Eowyn freed. She's just made a blood oath. I'll come back for you. Is she going to tell him? She's given the eye of Elena to him. What did she whisper to him? What did she whisper? I want you to remember that it wouldn't have made a difference to me. It never made any difference to me when it came to you. I'd still pick you. I'd always pick you. The words she'd whispered in his ear, it was a date, not a year attached to it. A month and a date that had passed weeks and weeks ago. It was the day that Selena had left the city, the day she had snapped to Endervere, the day her parents had died. This is going to give him some kind of answers. Is Selena Aelin? Is she the princess? No. So Ro was the heir and his daughter Aelin, who would now be the heir, and there is no word about the fate of her yet. Selena woke up in bed with her dead parents, and that's on the same day that she just whispered into Cal's ear. Holy shit. She faked her own death before help could reach her deceased parents. The assassin who had missed her the night before returned. Her body had still not been found, though some believe it was thrown into the river behind her parents' house. The body was never found. She once said that a Robin had found her, half dead and frozen on a riverbank. There was a poem scribbled at the top. She's Aelin. Oh my god. I don't even know what to think. This was amazing. This was so good. I think the first book definitely set everything up right, and this one just blew things out of the water. I was not expecting any of that. Oh my god. So she's now going back to her homeland. She's going back to the place where she could change everything. And the king just sent her there willingly. Oh my god. 5 stars. Absolutely 5 stars. This gripped me. And the tossing and the turning and the unpredictability of this. Oh my god. Perfection. I'm so excited to dive into Heir of Fire now. Oh my god. Well, that has been a reading vlog for Crown of Midnight. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I am going to dive straight into Heir of Fire after work today because I am not leaving on that big of a cliffhanger. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I will be posting the next reading vlog very soon. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys with Heir of Fire.